Well, good morning. We are so excited to have you here with us this morning to worship Jesus. If you will stand and let's lift our voices to him this morning. Sing this verse with me. Our God of
so much for being here. My name's David. I'm one of the pastors here. We're so happy to have you here this morning. If you're new here, hey, thanks for visiting our church this morning. We know you could have chosen a lot of different places to worship, but we're thankful you chose here. And this is what we're all about at our church. It's all about our mission statement, and it starts out with loving God. That's what we focus on. Each and every Sunday, we just focus on that loving God aspect. So that's what we encourage you to do. But our mission statement is love God, love people, and live the Word. That's our heart and desire here. But again, we just want you to focus on loving God this morning. So if you are a guest, though, what we ask you to do is fill out a Connect card that's in your chair, and you can turn that in at the back at the guest service table. There's 2 white buckets. Either one of those buckets you can drop it in. It's in the back right when you came in. There's a table that says guest services. Just drop your Connect card in there. We're not going to come visit to you. We just want to try to get to know you a little more and send you a little gift as well. Say thank you for joining us for church this morning. I love what God's doing here. There's a lot of great stuff going on. I know the women went paddleboarding yesterday. Heard they had a great time. They had decent weather, a lot better than what it was last night. I don't know about you, but it woke me up in the middle of the night, and I love storms, so I took a moment to get out of bed and walk around and looked outside, and because storms are just wicked awesome, right? Do y'all agree with me? And thankfully, my daughter Piper slept straight through it all, which is pretty cool. I wish I could sleep as hard as she does, which, hey, is great for mom and dad, I'll tell you that. We are so thankful our daughter sleeps. It's such a blessing to our soul. She does so good, and I hope I just didn't jinx how good she is at sleeping. But we're happy that you are here. We have some community groups going on right now. We only got 2 weeks left in those, and we encourage you to get plugged in one of those. We've got 4 that are going on. Now, Claude and Kate's group that meets on Sundays in the afternoon has childcare that we provide for you. That one's actually taking a break. Claude and Kate had a beautiful baby girl born a few weeks ago, so they are not meeting right now, but that doesn't mean you can't sign up for it. We're going to relaunch that group in July. The other ones are going to meet 2 more weeks. We have one on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Sign up for one of those if you aren't involved in one of those yet. That is where we believe the life change really happens. Another thing we got going on is we're going to be serving our community. As you know, that's been our heart this year, expanding His kingdom and serving by expanding His kingdom. What we're going to do is we're going to partner with the city and serve at the Billy Bowlegs Festival on Saturday from 10:30 to 10:45 to 2:45. Is that right? Around that time slot. We're going to be serving in the kids area. Now, we don't condone everything that goes on at Billy Bowlegs. That is not what we are doing. If you're uncomfortable with being down there, that is quite okay, but we are going to jump in and serve. Hey, I think it's some cool stuff that goes on down there. I don't think all of it's great, but I know we've been before, and it's goofy. A lot of people dressed like pirates and saying, what do pirates say? Arg. Y'all got it. So that's what's going on down there. We're going to serve there in a couple weeks on Saturday. If you're interested in that, come and talk to me or Pastor Chris. He'll be bringing the message here in a little bit. We can get you signed up for that. I know many of you are already interested, and we're super excited about that. And we're glad the city has asked us to partner with them. Because it means we're having a good kingdom impact on this city for them to come to us. So that's why we're doing it. Giving's in the back. If you feel led to give, you can do that in the back at the guest service table. There's envelopes if you're giving by cash. If you're giving by check, you can just drop it in the white bucket. Or you can go to sunrisecitychurch.com/give, and you can give there as well. The only other announcement I have for you this morning, actually I have 2. I'll do this one first. We've got this discipleship guide for you in the back. After I'm done giving announcements, you can go and pick up one of these. We're going through answering the question on what is a disciple for the next 6 weeks here as a church, and we're just going through this guide that we've really prayed over and put some things together so you can put this on your fridge. That's where mine is right now. It's on my fridge, so if you weren't able to pick up one of these, right when I get done with announcements, go and pick it up, because we're going to be walking through. I know we're in week 2 this week. We're going to be talking about disciple, someone who leads their family. But we encourage you to pick one of these up. They are provided for you free of cost, so you can just go in the back, and when you get it, take it home, put it on your fridge, put it in your office, wherever you're going to see this each and every day. Maybe another thing you can do is, we're talking about leading your family. A good thing that you can do, you husbands out there, if you are a husband and have kids or a dad, hey, go through this with your family. We've put scripture to go with each of these. The scripture we're going to be going through over the next 6 weeks, take that through your family. If it's just you, then go through it as well. If you're a single mom, take your kid through this. We just encourage you guys to read through this, and we're going to make all of us are going to commit to being a disciple of God, what we believe the Bible says a disciple is. Lastly, next week is Memorial Day weekend. Super pumped. I know it's going to be a lot of craziness. That's like when the traffic picks up big time in our area. So avoid 98. That's what we have to do, right? But Next week, we are very excited that our very own pastor who sent us down here, Pastor Jim Perdue, is going to be speaking. Now, we know it's Memorial Day weekend. A lot of you are going to be traveling. We just encourage you to be here. It's going to be awesome. This is the church that sent us down here, that funded a lot of what we do, that are still backing us to this day. We've been wanting Pastor Jim to come down here since we've been here for 3 years, and him and his family are going to join us, and he'll be bringing a message. I know I am pumped to have Jim Perdue here, and I'm sure you are too. I know you guys will love him. He's been a huge blessing to us, been a true pastor to me and Chris. Has really walked us along the way and taught us a lot. So we're excited to have him here. You don't want to miss next week. Invite your friends. It's going to be incredible. This dude kills it when he's speaking. He's awesome, way better than I am. So if you're bored of me or bored of Chris, then be here next week because Pastor Jim's going to be bringing the message. It's going to be awesome. Other than that, I think I've covered everything. Stand up, meet someone that you do not know, and again, pick up a discipleship guide at the back. Thank you.